Hey everybody! This is not Pathfinder, it's not Savage World, it's not Call of Cthulhu, it's not Delta Green, it's not Alien, it's not Walking Dead, it's none of those. This is Star Trek. Quick disclaimer. This is technically kind of like a second season because we played this for a number of games, a first season, 5 whopping years ago. So if there's some familiarity with these characters, you're like, man, they're great at their character. Well, they kind of know each other. They've played them before. Having said that, let's introduce our characters, starting with our captain.
My name's Tony. My character is Zarin Ocala. I am a unjoined Trill, and I am captain of the USS Nemo.
The Nemo, by the way, is an Intrepid class ship. If we're not that familiar, Star Trek Voyager, the Voyager is an Intrepid class. Lauren.
I am Lauren. My character is Farron Nerys. She is Bajoran, and she is the chief medical officer as well as the first officer of the USS Nemo.
She's very busy.
Very busy.
We have an EMH.
My name's Sean Hilton. I am playing Shraz Shran Shra. I am the science and tech guy. Official thing is chief science officer, and I run a very tight science room that is devoid of Vulcans because they are annoying.
And I'm assuming you know since you're on the channel, but if not, I'm Mike Dukes. I am the GM for this game. I'm running everybody else, but in particular, especially when it comes to Sean's character, I'm running the chief engineer, Delvok, who is a Vulcan. And because chief engineer and science officer are kind of operations, they have to work together. That's always fun.
Have to.
Oh, and there's also an instance Phil that you'll come to know.
Crystals. I swear.
So when we ended our last campaign, we'll call it, they had undergone a pretty hefty mission. The ship suffered some damage. There was some time travel involved. Klingons from, it was a whole thing. Long story short, the ship had to get some repairs, some refits. The first officer, being as busy as she is, the captain thought she needed a bit of a breather. She had built up plenty of away time, hadn't used any of it, so he politely twisted her arm and convinced her to take some time off. To which you went to Bajor. Mm-hmm. Partially for cultural reasons, but a large part, Kai Wen has been continually messaging you, urging you to come and explore your roots again, because you know that she hasn't said as much, but you're fairly certain she is angling, trying to push you into a greater role, being a Bajoran that is a first officer and a chief medical officer on board a Starfleet vessel. Should you become, say, captain, or later admiral, that could do nothing but look good for the Bajoran people. Mm-hmm. So you split your time on Bajor with her, but then there were also times you just wanted to get away and do other things. You met some of the crew of the USS Sutherland. The Sutherland is a Nebula-class ship assigned to this sector due to Dominion activity, and you quickly realized that your Andorian science officer friend would have a lot to enjoy on the Sutherland, because there's so much possibility for combat and the stress levels are so high aboard that ship. They have done a number of things with the captain's permission to make it a bit more lively. So there's a kind of a luau theme in certain areas.
Okay.
And after you got in good with them, had a few drinks, they let you in on a little secret and took you down to engineering, where they showed you a number of stills that had been made to create not synthahol, but actual alcohol.
Didn't you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the reason he would find it most interesting. Because he has been angling to get to Deep Space Nine for a while for an annual drink making contest and has yet to actually get there.
Okay.
Every year. Denied.
And just prior to your vacation ending and your leaving, you went to see the orbs. And you were granted a strange vision that you're still not quite certain what it meant, although few actually know what the meaning is until the prophets choose to show them. Essentially, it was an idyllic scene, a field of flowers. You were wearing a beautiful dress, and you were not alone. There was a male Bajoran and a female Bajoran. And the feeling you got was that you had deep feelings for both of these individuals, as they did for you. And they seemed to tolerate, at least, each other's company. But then, eventually, they stood before you, and you knew then and there a decision was going to have to be made. Either her or him. But before any decision could be made or any words could be spoken, the vision ended. So you left Bajor with that in your head, still puzzling.
Did I recognize either of them?
No.
Okay.
But you do know the female was wearing a red dress, the male was wearing a blue suit.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing is that the prophets are running a dating app.
Maybe. Swipe left, swipe right. So you have boarded the shuttle you came in on, because Deep Space Nine and Bajor is quite a distance from the Shackleton Expanse, which is where the Nemo was largely situated. As such, once the repairs were completed, refits are done, crew switches have been completed, you're going to have to take the Nemo and meet her halfway. She could come all the way in a shuttlecraft, but just due to the nature of the heightened hostilities with the Dominion, anything could happen, so it would be better if you met her halfway.
Just for a refresher, where in like the Star Trek timeline are we set?
We are about... The Dominion has made themselves known. So hostilities, it's war, has essentially been declared. So the Federation is quick-stepping to try and, since the Battle of Wolf 359, they've been taking old mothballed ships to try and replace the fleet they lost and refitting them with the latest technology. So you're going to have a lot of Excelsior class, Miranda classes out there. And now the Dominion declaring war, it's even more of an issue. So you are half expecting to get some sort of Starfleet communique declaring that you're no longer going to be on explorations in the Shackleton, instead possibly checking the wormhole and just perimeter around Bajor. So you're in the shuttlecraft on your way back. Your tactical officer has been a bit under the weather of late. And he has complained a number of times about the EMH having a bedside manner that is less than cordial.
I mean,
Better or worse than our first officer.
So you have Ensign Phil filling the tactical role, still hoping to make up for that ship destruction he was responsible for with the Klingon convoy. You estimate about 2 hours before you should meet her. And Shran, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, aside from science, you were also over communications?
Yes. I can step in and handle that aspect of things when it is necessary. See, and I'm usually, when I'm dragged out of my science area to the part of the ship that runs stuff, that area.
yeah, the part that's actually important, right?
Yeah, that part. Is there a buzzy beeper thing?
Sure.
Do we get the earplug?
I looked that up. Those are not in use that much, except for highly specialized work. When you really need to hear every frequency, then they are still used. So,
Sure. Yeah, I have my own that I bring with me for those kind of things. Open a little case, polish it off, make sure it goes right in. So I'm ready and prepared to do the job properly.
nice.
Your professionalism is noted.
Thank you. Let me know if any accommodations are incoming. So, 2 hours away from picking up Commander Farron. Or is it Farron or Commander Reese? What's the Bouchon thing?
It'd be Commander Farron.
Yeah, like backwards, forwards.
We're not
Yeah.
like that.
And over your comm, you suddenly hear a familiar voice that you're. Actually, I'm not sure. I'll leave that up to you as exactly how you feel about it, but Commander Tala to Lieutenant Commander Shra. You are late for your counseling session.
We are currently busy with an operation on the bridge. Unfortunately, I cannot leave my position.
Are we not at war?
Yes, well, that's it's a very critical situation that
We have spoken about this.
Yes, I'm sure.
Your avoidance. You cannot get well if you continue to avoid.
Was that? It's a little- you're breaking up. Must be the. Or I will. Tap. And,
You noticed from the bridge engineering port, Delvok heard that. You had heard it as well and kind of rolled your eyes. Delvok quickly straightened his back, put his hands behind his back, and starts walking over to the science station. Is there an issue with the communications equipment?
let me check. Nope, it's fine. Oh wait, we're on diagnostic. Maybe it is messed up or something. It'll take a couple seconds, maybe a minute or two. So, is there something wrong with your section? Do we need to go check that too?
I find it curious that you lied to the counselor.
We're running a diagnostic right now. Is there something wrong with your section?
Was it not ordered by the captain that you seek therapy in regards to your emotional outbursts in regards to Commander Ferris?
I think there was also something stated about minding our own business and staying at our workstation. And your workstation is over there.
Commander.
This is my workstation.
Commander.
Yes, yes, Captain.
I believe
Sorry
you
for
have an
this.
appointment with the counselor right now.
Yes, but I think we're gonna have to reschedule that for critical operations.
We're at warp.
People keep pointing that out. Like things don't happen when we're in warp.
Not a whole lot.
I mean,
So I think you have time to make your appointment with the counselor.
wow. Yes, sir.
Computer,
Right away, sir.
run a level 4 diagnostic on the science station aboard the bridge. Confirmed. There you are.
Computer, we're on a level 4 diagnostic on the engineering at the bridge, and I'll leave.
Confirmed.
Well, I guess now we'll know they're working.
Indeed. He heads to the turbo lift. Hours pass, and eventually Helm reports, "Sir, we have the commander's shuttle on sensors."
Okay, it takes out of warp. And let's go collect our first officer.
You as well. Sensors have picked up the Nemo. And all too quickly, there she is. It's been months. I'm not sure how exactly you'll feel about returning to double duty after, I don't know, do you think it was a relaxing vacation?
Yes. It was much needed, I think.
So without any real preamble, shuttle docks. Your first officer is back aboard. Is anyone there to greet her?
Yes, I will. I will go and greet her in the shuttle bay.
You find Captain Ocala awaiting you.
Commander,
Captain?
it's good to have you back aboard. First of all, have you dealt with the MH? My God, is he abrasive. For that alone, you have been missed. But more importantly,
Glad to be back.
How was your vacation?
It was wonderful, Captain. Thank you for the leave. And
Well, if anybody deserves it, it's definitely not Lieutenant Shaw.
As the two of you are leaving the docking area, you completed your therapy. You're back on the bridge. Diagnostic has been done. All systems are showing normal. Communication direct from Starfleet is coming in for the captain.
Captain, I have to relay this request from Starfleet that, I mean, it really should just automatically go to you, but somehow has to go through me. I don't understand it, but I'm going to... There you go.
Are you going to just take it on your badge or going to go to your...
I'm going to go to my ready room. Commander, come with me.
oh, okay. I follow.
Get to the radar room, swivel the screen around, hit it, and you see the face and uniform of an admiral looking back at you. Captain, and then her eyes immediately go to your first officer. I'm afraid you'll not be heading directly back to the Shackleton.
That's not, that doesn't sound like good news.
There is a colony, a small Federation area between the Romulan Neutral Zone and the Klingons' claimed territories that we actually have claim to. One of the planets there was a former slave colony ran by the Orions. They freed themselves some 50 years ago, took over the mining for themselves. We have approached them about joining the Federation. Nothing substantial has come from that, but we do keep our ears open. A distress signal was sent. So we sent in the USS Majestic. That was 2 days ago. We have not heard anything from the Majestic since. This will be a bit personal for you. I looked over the crew roster on the Majestic, and I'm showing a researcher. I believe you have a sister, Lieutenant Commander Gallia Fane.
I do have a sister, yes.
Ordinarily, we would not want to send you due to any conflicting emotions that might get in the way of what you might have to do. But the Nemo, because you had to pick up your first officer, is the closest ship in the area.
And what was the nature of the distress call?
Unknown.
Wonderful.
It goes without saying, you should proceed with all caution. You shouldn't have any issues with the Klingons, of course, but you will be dangerously close to the Romulan Neutral Zone. You should probably expect that they will be watching.
Have they made advances in the past towards this planet?
We are aware of a few diplomatic visits to the planet. What that entailed, we do not know.
Okay.
But being a mining operation for boramite, there They have a number of customers. But also the nature of some of the rock formations on the planet, the electromagnetic signatures are causing sensor and transporter difficulties. It's not impossible for sensors to penetrate, and it's not impossible for a transporter to beam someone down, but it's not easy. Keep that in mind. And that could also possibly mask who knows what. But I trust you to do your job. Now, of course, you have your first officer back at your side. You should be good to go.
Yeah, it's good to have her back. We'll report there as soon as possible. Make all best speed.
Good to hear. Cuts communication.
Are you okay, Captain?
I have no idea. I have not talked to my sister in so long.
I was gonna say I didn't
Barely.
even know you had a sister, so
We have not. Yeah.
well, let's not make.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what to think.
Shall I take command of the bridge and start course while you gather your thoughts?
Yes. Yeah, that's probably for the best.
I will immediately head to the bridge.
Which sister's name?
Kalana Fane.
And between me and Devlock, who's next in like to sit in the big chair? If if these two were to be jettisoned into space, horrible accident happens.
He is an actual commander. You are a lieutenant commander.
Oh.
So you just need to make sure he's on the same. All right, good. Oh, she can't come through fast enough.
You see the door to the captain's ready room open. First officer steps out. He does not. You see all eyes look to you expectantly.
I have the bridge set course, and I give them the coordinates that the Admiral gave.
The helmsman kind of pauses. That will take us dangerously close to the Romulan Neutral Zone, sir.
Yes, then make sure you are careful when you get in.
Aye. Course plotted and laid in.
Hi, Commander Farron. If I'm not needed here anymore, I have some important experiments going on down in the lab. Stand up. Wait for whatever it is that I get to get the hell out of here.
You're dismissed.
Oh, and thank you very much.
Commander, may I ask the nature of our mission?
Yes, we are to investigate a distress call sent out by another ship, Federation ship.
Do we know which ship this was?
I tell them.
The USS Majestic.
USS Majestic.
You see Delvok head over to a computer console. You're guessing he's looking it up to see what this ship is and what its function was. What are you doing there, Straw?
I'm going down to the other medical bay and activating the emergency hologram doctor because I really enjoy his company.
What's the nature of the medical emergency?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Oh,
So, and then I'll go through the therapy thing that I'm supposed to do with the therapist with him instead and just vent about Vulcans. and
repeatedly you do
let it
realize
out.
there is an actual flesh and blood ship's counselor aboard.
Very ineffective. So, now, back to me.
Very well.
Just imagine the doctor sitting there on a pad. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We'll switch scenes to the Nemo is just now coming into sight, or sensor sight at least, of this planet. I assume by now you've
Yeah.
left your ready room or in the captain's seat. Though it was quite lengthy, I'm assuming Straw is back at the science console.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the minimum amount of time that I have to put in, that's when I'll be there. But when I don't, yeah, I'll back down in the lab.
Well, since you are there, give me a reason science roll. And then if either of you would like to roll for the ship to assist him, he's rolling, checking sensors.
What do I need to roll to assist?
Same thing, it'd be
Same
reason and science for the ship. Just one die, though.
I rolled under.
That's one success. What'd you get, Shram?
I got 2 successes, and I also have technical expertise, so I believe anytime I'm using the ship's stuff, I would get to reroll, but that's obviously not necessary, so that should be 3 successes.
3 successes. You only needed 1, so you have 2 momentum right now.
I will put them into the party, the group fund.
You're showing this planetoid, but also there's a Miranda-class ship kind of listing an orbit of this planet.
Was the Majestic Miranda class?
It was. Okay. What was the name of the colony? I just have colony between Klingon and Vulcan, but I don't know if I actually got a name for it. Does it matter?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. Once I see that that's in sensor range before alerting others, I'm going to run more diagnostics to see if we can tell if it's a Starfleet vessel that is this Miranda-class ship, and if there's a way to specifically tell if it is the Majestic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
With that roll, you get the registry number. It is indeed the Majestic.
Say, ship
And
just
you're
within
show-
sensor range.
You're showing
That appears to be the Majestic, and it is
it's still it's under power, but you are showing scoring along the whole.
appears to have been involved in a battle of some sort. Sensors show that it has still got power, but is woefully underpowered at
What
this
about
point.
life
So
science?
still coming in.
Give me another roll. Same thing. Reason.
Can I? Okay. Oh. I got the number that like it's even. Like I rolled an 11 and my.
It's that or under. So
Okay.
3 successes.
Well, you were showing what looks to be 2 life signs.
Limited life science, sir.
Do we
Delvok
know?
immediately turns around. Captain, the complement of the Miranda 2 class should be 252.
Oh.
And how many did we find?
2.
Can we scan the planet?
Yes.
Of course.
Same roll, but the difficulty will be 4.
All right, so I add 4 to the thing? Or
No, that's how many
We need to
successes
get 4
you need.
successes.
Oh,
Let's add momentum. So at least we're getting 4 die.
yes. All right.
How many want to use?
Well, I mean, let's use them both.
Okay.
Then
I'll roll
add
the
2
other
more d20s to your roll.
to his.
I mean, whoever wants to.
Oh, that doesn't include the help?
The help, the ship's going to give you 1.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
you'll
let's
be-
use only 1 then. Let's keep 1 in the bank because that's going to give me 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get 1 from her, and then I get a reroll if something goes badly, I believe. So I got 3.
And real quick, what is your science?
My science is a 5.
Okay.
Yes.
So on any of these task rolls, if you roll a 1, that counts as 2 successes.
Gotcha.
Or whatever your discipline is that you're rolling, if you roll that number or under, in which case 5 or less, that will count as 2 successes. Do
Gotcha.
any of those roll a 5 or under?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
D20 reroll if using the ship. I get attempt to reroll one of these. And
I say I
attempt
did not
to-
get you on a
to
success,
push it.
so.
I believe if you want to double check the technical expertise. I don't know what page that was on. It says reroll D20 if using ship.
Sounds right.
I'm going to reroll one of these and hope to get under a 5.
And
No. It,
the Nemo has a talent of advanced sensors. If that helps us at all.
Sorry, sir. I am unable to make contact with the planet.
How many successes did you get?
Well, we had 3. We were down to 2. Just getting worse.
Yeah, there's too much.
Too much interference.
Can I? I will hail this Miranda class ship and verify that it is, in fact, without a doubt, the Majestic, and see if any of those 2 people. Hopefully, they're in a. Hopefully, they've either been beamed down to the planet or in a warded section of the ship that is not allowing me to use sensors.
Can we safely beam over to the Majestic? Or beam them back?
Shields are not up, so should be able to.
I didn't know how far the interference.
Hailing frequencies is a 0 difficulty task, meaning you don't have to roll.
No.
But
Okay.
if you choose to roll,
We have a chance for momentum,
yes.
Wow,
But that
I'm-
also gives you the chance to roll a complication.
which is what's it called? Is that 20?
Yeah.
Do you want to roll the ship this time?
Sure.
Alrighty. So,
So am I rolling the ship's communications?
I was using my science and reason.
I'm assuming that's reason and science still.
Oh, yeah, that's maybe different.
Yeah, we'll see.
3 successes.
I get a 14 for the ship.
What is the ship's?
It's 10 for
Reason.
communications and 4 for science.
You rolled a 14?
Yes.
That's just at it, so one more.
4 successes. Woohoo! Yeah.
We needed this.
Your hails are going unanswered, but you are certain the ship is receiving.
Sir, a barrage of hails have been sent. None are being responded to. The 2 life forms are what? Can we tell anything from that life forms? Can I get species or health level, anything of that nature?
You get the impression, whatever they are, they're in a shielded section of the ship, so you couldn't get anything precise other than life signs.
Okay. Sounds like we're going to need to go over there, rescue the crew members, see if you can access the logs. Be careful. Take a security detail.
Captain.
So who all do you wish to take, aside from your security detail? Anyone else from the bridge?
Yes.
Traz,
Yes.
we know how much you enjoy it.
Captain.
You're going on a trip.
I'm sure
Be
I
a
can.
good time to work out our differences.
I don't know if this is the right time for therapy.
You know, I'm back from vacation.
Fascinating.
I had hot Bajorn summer. It's time.
All I'm going to say is Romulans.
So the 2 of you, 2-person security detail, head down to your transporter room.
I'm gonna do we have just regular hand phasers or
That's
do they
standard
give us the-
complement.
Okay.
Are you wishing to take anything else?
Yes, my med kit. Anything that I would need to if we come across anybody that needs it.
And I would recommend some pattern enhancers to see if we can, if necessary, we might be able to use those to beam them
Okay.
directly out. Shraj, you're familiar with their operation?
Yes. Yes, it should be quite simple.
Are you going to be able to, like, take us down to the planet from that ship if we need to? Do you have that capability?
I am sure it won't be very difficult. We'll reach that planet one way or another.
I'm not saying we're going to or need to, but just in case.
Head down to the transport room. You've got your pattern enhancers, you've got med kit.
Basic,
Basic.
science, engineering tricorder type stuff. Just download all of it. The tricorder pocket knife of all kinds of versatile utility. And a phaser.
All right. You beam over, and it's interesting going from an Intrepid class, a newly constructed vessel versus Miranda class. You know that they've largely gutted these things and replaced the majority of the technology with largely state-of-the-art, but looks like some of the sections are still very much the original, which is what you beam into.
Quite quaint.
But then also,
The Reliant.
both of you immediately get assailed by a horrible stench. You are all too familiar with this from your
Devlock's been
time in battle, but this is, and also just medical. This is the smell of death.
Captain, doesn't smell too good on here. I am not hopeful.
Just start doing my scans and sensors and
What?
blip checks of where we're supposed to go. And
How bad does it look?
Are there any bodies immediately where we...
In this hall, no.
Okay. So far, nothing, but I'll keep you appraised.
Okay.
Sure, give me another reason science roll.
Can I aid?
It's not computer this time, just a tricorder.
2 successes.
Good job.
Just at. And is that an 8 or it's an 8? Yeah, just 2. I don't think I get anything with tricorder. I don't think I do. Indica time. Constantly watching. All right. I am constantly watching.
At least one of the life forms would appear to be on the bridge.
So they are separate. Commander Farron, the life forms are not together. One does appear to be occupying the bridge. I am still unable to determine its species.
Is the one on the bridge closest to us?
Yes.
It appears so.
Let's make our way to the bridge.
Looks like the other one is somewhere in engineering and would appear to have force fields around it.
Would that section of the engineering have, you know what, just plug into whatever's nearby? Who has control of the ship, the bridge or engineering?
Bridge.
Okay, the bridge is in command of the facility. However, the life form in engineering does have a protective force field around them. Either one could be an adversary.
Stay together. Don't split up. You said the bridge is closest, so head there first. See if you can find out what's going on.
Hi, Captain.
And let's take the ship to yellow alert, just to have everybody manning stations in case stuff goes down.
Delvok activates the alert. The yellow light begins to pulse on the walls. Captain. There was a brief flicker of something just beyond the Majestic.
Delvok, something is not very specific. Give me more information.
Indeed. I'm showing nothing, but I am certain there was momentarily something.
Are you? My first thought is cloak Romulan warbird.
Agreed.
How do we flush them out?
I will attempt to find any ion trails from their engines.
And we may want to move the ship between them and the Majestic to give them cover. We have active shields and can move.
Helmsman looks up. Your orders, sir?
Let's put the Intrepid. I'm sorry, the Nemo. Let's put her between us, between the possible warbird and the Majestic. And shields up.
Shields up. Helm, I am transferring the coordinates to you now. Be aware if it is a Romulan warbird. Let's hope they...
Yeah, we're gonna be real close. We're not gonna have a lot of time to react, so let's everybody be on their ball. Commander, there's a possibility of a warbird. We're moving the Nemo between its possible location and the Majestic, but shields are up. We can't beam you out.
I get them. Did you get that?
No.
They're moving the Nemo in between us and a possible Romulan warbird.
Oh, I'm sure that'll be very useful as they continue on.
You're in the turbo lift heading up to the bridge. You're still scanning.
Oh, we're in the turbo. Okay. Thought you said we hear a turbo. I'm like,
No.
Now it's just turned into a horror movie. Like, elevator's coming down.
Event Horizon.
Like, bailing out now.
And your tricorder, you're still keeping an eye on that engineering section. And you just showed power levels dropped. Which you're guessing means force fields dropped.
There was no force fields on the ship, though, so that was just in that engineering bay.
around the.
But the power levels dropped or went up?
Dropped as though the shields were dropped.
Okay. There has been a change in the response in the engineering room.
What's the status?
The power has fluctuated in a downward spiral.
And I
will
should point
summarize
out-
that the force field that was up has now come down.
As you were heading to this turbo lift, that is when you saw the bodies. You pass about 6 Starfleet officers, all of them exceedingly pale. If you want to give me a reason science or reason medicine roll, check them out with your tricorder.
And I roll 2 dice.
Yep.
And if I roll under my medicine,
Then that would be 2 successes instead of 1.
then 4 successes. Well, yeah, because I got 5. I need 5, and I rolled 2 5s. So that's 4, right? Or is it 5 because I rolled underneath what I needed as well?
It'd be 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so that.
That will jump you up to your max 6 momentum.
You said they were all officers as the captain and the first, or the commanding officer?
Not officers per se.
Okay.
They're all Starfleet, though. And with that roll, they're exceedingly pale because all the iron is gone from their bodies. All red blood corpuscles gone. And yet you were showing no exit wounds, no wounds.
There's no trauma
No.
at all? Okay. Captain, I found 6 bodies here outside of, where are we again?
Just outside the turbo lift.
Oh, outside the turbo lift. There's no trauma to the bodies at all. It appears that they have no blood, or just the iron.
No
is-
blood, no red blood corpuscles. So essentially, yeah, no blood.
Okay. they've been drained of their blood, although I can't tell you how.
My first thought is vampires. I'm like, this is a way different game than what I thought we were starting with.
Unnerving.
Huh?
Unnerving.
Be careful. Keep us abreast.
Always.
Captain.
Words of wisdom from that captain.
Delva.
He's looking at the viewport, and you look over, and immediately you see a Romulan warbird uncloak. They are transporting something off of the Majestic, and then you see it recloak.
What did they transport?
Now, aside from our people on the ship, rather than the two initially found, there is only one life form.
Which one did they grab?
The one farthest from our people.
Commander,
Hi.
there is a warbird. It just decloaked, transported the person from engineering, and recloaked. Delvok, find me that ship. So, be careful.
I Captain. The
Always the words of wisdom with that captain.
person in engineering is gone.
That is accurate. It's about to have to run a diagnostic.
Turbolift doors open onto the bridge. And you see numerous bridge crew still at stations, but slumped over or on the floor in front of their consoles. Same situation. Completely pale, unmoving, dead. And then the captain's chair slowly revolves. And you see what you're guessing to be perhaps a 10-year-old girl. But as you lock eyes with her, her irises are pitch black. No color. Which would mark her as a betazoid.
Okay.
Are you here to play?
Is she like wearing what I would expect like a kid on a ship like this would
She looks
wear?
far too dirty. Unless she just came from a holodeck. Far too dirty of a child to be on a Starfleet vessel. And they wouldn't have family on a vessel like this close to the neutral zone.
Okay. Does it look like she maybe could have come from the planet?
That would be your best guess.
Okay. Can't say I don't feel like playing today.
Her little legs are kicking because her feet don't reach the ground. And that's when you see the blonde hair in the head, but then you notice the pips on the collar of the individual just on the other side of the captain's chair. You're guessing that would, by the pips, that is the captain of the Majestic.
Okay.
Looks like she was resting her feet on him before she swiveled the chair around. You're blue.
Yes, and you're a child.
Do you want to play?
Not with you, not today. Who are you? State your name, rank, and serial number, child.
My what?
Are you officially issued to this particular starship? Do your parents work here? Are you a dependent?
You're beginning to bore me.
It's been known to happen.
I need both of you to make insight security rolls.
Had 2 successes.
One success.
As you're talking to this girl, you're starting to feel your anxieties regarding your XO deepening.
Yeah, she has been using a lot of hand gestures.
getting stronger. And then just all these dead bodies, it's really starting to make your skin crawl. You feel a brief moment of anxiety, perhaps a touch of fear, and then it's gone. She hops down. My name's Lissa. You want to play tag?
No. Well, so we have important work to do. This is...
Work. That's what they all said. Work, 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 work.
How did you come to be on this ship?
They brought me here.
First mistake. Are you from the planet?
Yes.
Would you like to go back?
They don't want to play either.
I really don't want to abandon this starship.
Captain, I am reading debris. It is beyond the location of where we saw the warbird decloak. There's not much of it, which is why it probably did not show up on the initial scans. My guess would be it was a ship destroyed by disruptors.
How big? What kind? What other information do you have for me, Delbach?
Not much, I'm afraid. As I said, the majority of it was disintegrated. But it was fairly recent, within the last, I would guess, 2 solar days.
Was it from the planet?
Unknown. But now, sensors are having difficulty focusing on the area for some reason. I am attempting to compensate. Ensign Phil, sir, shall I ready phasers?
Yes, let's get the phasers.
Yeah.
And Phil,
Hmm?
I tell you when to fire.
Yes, Captain.
Okay. No more slip-ups.
I've done hours upon hours of training on the holodeck. I can assure you there will be no further slip-ups.
I'm gonna regret putting him at home.
Captain, I have a young child here, along with the dead crew on the bridge.
I'll switch over the tricorder to the medical settings and hit the button and focus in on the creepy child while she's talking to the captain.
She appears to be from the planet, and it's not good.
How did you get on the Majestic?
They brought her onto the Majestic.
Give me a reason, science. Well, I guess medicine roll since you're doing medical.
She's a betazoid.
Medicine, reason medicine?
Yeah.
Nice.
2 successes and science. 3 successes.
You should probably bring her back to the Nemo.
Respectfully, Captain, I don't think that's a good idea.
It's a child, Commander. We can't leave her on a
Can I-
derelict spaceship.
Whatever just comes through, I will send over to the medical doctor, the emergency medical doctor, my friend.
You'll need to go to the console on the bridge and push the body out of the way to access that to get it to the ship. But yeah, you could do that.
Okay. I'm going to have to push a few buttons over here, small child. Please don't mind me. Go about living your life.
And your scan showed, while being a bit anemic, she's otherwise perfectly healthy.
Captain, I believe that
Although there is...
she's the reason why we are currently in this setting that we are in.
But
Betazoids,
how would it?
as they age, particularly
I can't explain that, Captain.
adult and beyond, some come down with what is known as xanthe fever. It causes essentially their empathic abilities to reverse and start pushing outward, so those around them start feeling intense emotions.
That's what the feeling I got.
I mean, some of your readings are showing that, but a child should not have xanthe fever. And there are also trace amounts of something that most definitely should not be there because it has never really been found in nature. It was created on Vulcan once. It is it's an element called dichironium.
Any clue?
Any clue?
How to spell it.
that? Sorry.
Dichironium.
Okay. Commander Farron, do we have the ability to replicate iron blood in a... Does this have a replicator? No. Well, yes.
Is that possible? Do I not?
I believe. Not like massive quantities, but yeah. I
The
believe.
potential of replicating actual, like, plasma, right? Like blood?
We should.
Would that be something we could do? So, perhaps, may I suggest a cold water for myself, a beverage for you, and a cup of iron plasma in a glass, warm. I think we're dealing with a space vampire, John. And she's creeping me out, sir.
Maybe I should have said Delvok instead. Space vampire.
I think they prefer Vulcans anyway.
The captain wishes to bring her onto the Nemo.
That's a really bad idea, sir.
That's what I said as well. But
If we was here and saw how creepy she was, she would not be going with that. Sir, may I suggest that we isolate this survivor until we are aware of any pathogens that may be brought aboard the Nemo?
is there enough power to communicate with them on screen on the bridge?
Oh yeah, ship. As far as you can tell, without actually going into the systems, it looks to be fully functional. Other than the scoring on the hull, no real damage. Just
I will
dead people.
hail them then on screen.
You're now looking at the bridge of the Majestic with a number of pale corpses surrounding your first officer and science officer, and a small black-eyed child in the captain's seat who swirls it around. Can we go there?
What's going on over there, number one?
Exactly what I just said, sir.
Hello.
I believe this is the cause of what we are currently witnessing. Did you play with them? And I point to some of the corpses.
Kind of puts her toe into the chest of the captain. Not really.
Seems disrespectful. Attempt to make my way over to security, see if we can raise shields on this particular vessel, if it's up and running.
Shields are operational.
Okay.
So
Because they weren't before, like everything was down.
No, I mean, it was operational, just not, they weren't up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait for the orders on that one. Just gonna.
what's
Captain Shields have just gone up on the Majestic.
what's going on over there?
I'm sorry. I was under the impression there might have been a Romulan vessel around, and that shields might be mandatory.
Okay. What's your recommendation, Commander?
Where's the child looking? At the screen? And I'm behind that?
Fascinating.
My recommendation would be isolation of.
Okay, get me the logs for the Majestic. Let's find out what happened. Carry on.
I.
Do they have a holodeck on this ship?
Small one, but yes.
All right. And can that be programmed from here?
Sure.
All right. We're gonna. While she's doing really important commander stuff, I will program in a park and some nice place with trees and children playing, and have that up and running.
Do you know who was in the engineering deck?
The what?
The deck with all the big things on it, the big engine-y parts.
Perhaps there was someone that did not wish to play with you. They put themselves somewhere else and hid behind a force field.
The green people tried.
Oh, green people.
And the ones that look like him. And she's pointing at the screen.
Devlock?
At Delvok.
Devlock? Is Devlock on the screen?
He is.
Appears the aggressive Vulcans were here.
They didn't want to play with you either?
No. They hid.
That's unfortunate. That must be very boring.
How long has this colony been free from the Orions?
About 50 years.
50 years? So she shouldn't have been a slave under the Orions.
Unless there's been a drastic change that Starfleet is unaware of, no. Captain, I'm still getting severe interference from the Majestic. Specifically, it looks to be engineering.
Well, we can make our... Well, sorry.
Is there a way, if we were to leave the bridge, that we can keep it sealed? Like, make sure she stays there?
You can erect a force field, yeah. Since she has no Starfleet credentials, computer won't really listen to her as far as shutting it down, so yeah.
Lieutenant, we're going to exit the bridge, and I want you to make sure she is not able to leave it.
Very well. It shall be done.
You start heading toward the turbo lift, and
Start pulling out
she
phaser
immediately
and setting... Oh.
She immediately hops down. Her feet kind of slip on the body of the captain. Walks right up with you.
Excellent.
You're going to stay here. We'll be back for you to play.
I don't want to stay here.
Well, no, you have to stay here and count, because we're going to go hide. And it's hide and seek.
Is that to a count of 10 or 100?
Give me a presence command.
Presence command, you said?
Yeah.
What do you know this? I got a 20 on one of them,
Okay.
but I got both of the other ones, and that one is a second success.
So 3 successes and 1 complication.
Yes.
All right. How high do I have to count?
100.
Well, that is quite high. Unless you give us plenty of opportunity to hide. Are you good at this game, child?
Yes.
Well, then 100 seems appropriate. That
I used
is-
to play it all the time in mines.
Hmm.
No one ever found me.
That didn't seem ominous at all, sir.
All right, I'm going to start counting now. Turns her back to you.
Exit.
1.
Shut down.
Access code will be derived from Commander Farron alone.
Give me a reason security roll.
Wait till you find out your space vampire can walk through walls.
I hate that part of
I'm
it.
hoping that's not the case.
2 successes.
Hedging my bets on that one.
She's actually Nightcrawler. She's just going to teleport.
Yeah, that would suck.
I'd be so jealous. Give Shran the ability to teleport. I will break this game too.
We can say you set the computer to as soon as the turbolift doors close and the 2 of you are on the turbolift, the bridge will be sealed.
The bridge is secured. It has been activated to your voice authorization.
So the last thing you hear from the bridge is 3, 4, shk.
I've also taken the opportunity to set up their primitive holodeck with a scene of children playing in a park in case we need to engage in other subterfuge with this child.
Thank you.
And you both smell something now that you did not previously. It's a very sickly, sweet smell in this turbolift.
This doesn't have one of those emergency hatch things, does it?
Yes.
And we didn't smell it going up?
No.
Okay. Set your phaser to stun.
That's this button, right?
Yes.
That's very well. Where's it? Didn't we send over 2 guys with us? With their security detail?
Yeah. If we see her outside of the bridge, shoot.
Oh, well, yeah, then I go right to that. Absolutely. Didn't actually know there's had to be a command for that one, sir. On it.
Well, I am just making it the command. That way the sole decision falls upon me should any...
I feel commanded.
So you're headed to the engineering
Does
deck?
anybody else smell that sick
Yes, can
sickening smell?
Place it? Have I smelled it before? Does it smell like any...
We really need to have smell vision built into these tricorders.
Yeah.
It'd be very useful.
Where does it seem like it's emanating from? Like a panel or the floor or...
It's like the entire turbolift, the whole thing with all 4 of you in it is... And your security details...
Okay,
I asked them
forgot
if-
to put on deodorant today.
I asked them if they've smelled anything like that in their experience.
Mm-mm.
Do we have any tricorder readings if we...
Give me a reason science.
While you're doing that, Captain, she is currently sealed on the bridge. We are smelling...
successes.
I try to describe the smell as best I can to you. I've never smelled anything like it. And we are currently heading to engineering.
So, let me make sure I understand this. You locked a 10-year-old child on the bridge full of dead bodies.
Yes, Captain.
Um,
On my orders, Captain.
couldn't we have, I don't know, beamed her to sick bay in a quarantine field?
The
Put
turbolift
her
suddenly stops.
in the bridge.
And the door
In
is
the
not
brig.
open. It looks like you're between decks. Tricorder shows high levels of dichronium all around you.
I am picking up high levels of dichronium. That is a very rare element that was established on Vulcans in an experiment once. I know this because Vulcans.
Delvok, what do we know about dichronium?
I cannot wait to hear what he has to say about this.
The element was initially discovered on Vulcan. It's never been found to occur naturally. Still searching. There is a reference to something many years ago aboard the USS Enterprise 1701, captained by James T. Kirk.
Okay.
A creature they encountered, apparently composed of dichronium, was responsible for the death of 200 crewmen aboard the USS Farragut when Kirk was a lieutenant. Numerous crewmen of the Enterprise from an away team.
How did they die?
It would appear the creature feeds on red blood corpuscles, the iron of the blood, leaving behind no signs of where the blood could have been lost from, no marks, contusions. Death was quite quick, and the thing, according to this, cannot be hit.
Cannot be hit by what?
According to this file, it is showing it cannot be phasers. It has no weakness, except for Kirk and crew supposedly destroyed the one they encountered with a antimatter explosion on the planet they were orbiting. If such a creature is aboard the Majestic, we should probably get our people back.
Can we locate the creature?
Still getting that interference from the engineering department over there.
Commander.
Yes, Captain.
So you do have a space vampire. Your phasers are useless against space vampires.
Still trying to shoot that girl if we see her outside the bridge.
Did you need to come in for that, sir?
Our sensors can't locate the space vampire. I can't believe I'm saying this on an open channel. Yes, space vampires.
Captain, I didn't think I would ever see a small child inside a bridge, but here we are. Today is just a weird day.
We need you to drop the shield so we can beam you off of the ship.
Of course.
Or
No
find a shuttlecraft. I still need those logs as well. We need to find out what happened, how this creature came aboard.
We currently find ourselves trapped in a turbo lift, sir. Working on the egress as we speak.
I think that's a good idea.
Over comms on the Majestic. Ready or not, here I come.
Yep, I hear it now. Creepy. I hear it now.
Reach into my little science pack, pull out a little card, a little writing you device. I'm going to check off creepy child and space vampire on my little sheet. Put that back. That's a twofer. Put that away.
And he still didn't get bingo.
That's a bingo.
These creatures have not been encountered since that incident with the Enterprise, sir.
And that
If there
was
is one,
100 years ago?
if there is one aboard that Majestic, it would be worth study.
But, which is cool. I don't disagree. Worth studying.
I disagree.
Not
Disagree.
worth losing my people over.
I agree. This is what I'm one of the people.
That worked.
Delvok, how can we help them off the Majestic.
If we attempt to beam them from the Majestic, both Majestic's shields and our own must be lowered to do so. If the Romulans choose that moment to attack, we would be defenseless.
Yes.
If they were to attempt to use a shuttle from the Majestic, again, the shields would have to be dropped, and then the shuttle would still be vulnerable until it got to us. Unless they wish to attempt to beam directly to the planet's surface. Which I believe even Shra has the ability to tighten a transporter beam to get through the interference.
I believe you.
So your options: sitting duck, sitting duck, sitting duck, or beaming to the planet. I don't like any of these options, but sounds like beaming to the planet. We'll continue to work on locating this warbird. Let's you guys find your way.
And also, Captain, any information they attempt to beam to us could be intercepted by the Romulans.
Yay! So download the information, but don't send it over.
Hi, Captain.
Delvok, find me that damn ship.
I am trying, sir.
And open hailing frequencies. I'm going to talk with the Romulans.
Hailing frequencies are open, Captain.
Romulan Warbird. This is Captain Ocala of the USS Nemo. This is not Romulan territory. This is in Federation space. While not a Federation planet, this is in space claimed by the United Federation of Planets. This is an act of war. Your presence can be construed as an act of war against the United Federation of Planets. We have sensor logs of your presence in this system. It's time to go, guys.
Give me a presence command roll. I think your dice rolling has continued to follow you even here,
So I got a 1 success.
but roll 20.
I got 1 success though, and a complication. I'm gonna say that my crew is my family. As one of my values,
You're going to use a determination point.
I am going to use a determination.
That will give you 3 successes.
Nice.
You wait there, listening, watching the screen. Moments pass, there's nothing. And then you see the warbird decloak again. And then you see a Romulan commander's face appear in the view screen. I am Commander Tarek. While what you have stated is indeed true, you should also know that we have had dealings with the colonists. We have been purchasing boramite from them. We are, I believe humans would say, happy customers. But now, something belonging to us is aboard that ship. We simply are here to claim what is ours.
And that ship is a Federation starship,
That is unfortunate.
which makes everything aboard Federation property.
So you are denying us our own property.
I am denying you access to a Federation starship, which, in the terms of our treaty, you have no rights to.
So while you claim the box, though the contents of the box are ours,
You claim that your property. So far, we have found a 10-year-old child and a whole bunch of dead bodies and nothing else aboard the Majestic.
we will speak again. You are now looking back at the Warbird. I would not say that was fruitful, Captain, but they did not fire upon us. Back in the turbo lift, security guys have their phasers out. Sir, he wants to cut our way out of here.
How does Digeronium react to phaser fire? Is it explosive?
According to Delvok, nothing will harm it outside of an anti-miner explosion.
So the creature that we heard about, that was actually a draconium creature,
Yes.
and we are surrounded by it.
Supposedly. You're not seeing anything, but according to your tricorder, it is in this turbo lift.
I am not under the impression that the creature that we might be dealing with is in the form of that child. I think that there's a great possibility that it is able to take on the appearances of different things and is very currently nearby.
Cut us out.
This could go poorly.
Up or down, sir?
Down.
Start cutting a hole in the turbo lift flooring. And as about 3/4 of the hole is complete, you suddenly hear on the roof of the turbo lift. I can hear you.
With the quickness, gentlemen.
Double it up. They get it, kick it a couple of times, and you see it go down the turbo lift shaft. And you can also see the ladder rungs along the left-hand side for maintenance, which you could use to get out of here.
That's what I do. Do the whole legs on the side. Yeah.
I assume you as well.
Yes, I believe it is time to exit.
Security guys, one goes and the last one's puts his phaser away, and just as you get to the engineering deck, you're punching in, get the doors to open, you hear a scream. You look up and the last security guard, and then you see his face just lose all color, his hands, and now you can physically see it's like a cloud of just like smoke all around him. And then he just, his limp form flies past you and hits hard. Not really a squish because there's no blood. More like a crack. And the other security officer is now to no
Under the
effect.
impression that will be ineffective.
You have the door open, you've stepped into the engineering deck, you are now at the same location, can step in. The security guy is firing. Oh, Jesus. He lost his grip as he was firing with that roll, and now there's a squish.
Well done, guys. You
You
lost
now
us on
see
Rich.
This smoke creature is now coming down the shaft right towards you.
I believe that one is about you. And I will head into engineering to figure out how the last person had a individual force field set up in this area to see how we're going to replicate that.
Right. Give me a reason science roll.
Can the shields and stuff be taken down from here?
The external shields?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll go ahead
From
and
engineering, anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's...
burn one of those to get an extra D. Four.
So 1 success? Or 4 successes?
4 success. I got a 2, and I had 2 things underneath my science.
Gotcha.
One was a failure, but it wasn't a 20. So I believe it was 4 total.
Immediately, the log is still open, showing they had this containment field for engineering a standard procedure anyway in case of a warp breach. It looks as though that's what whoever was down here was using.
Is Commander Farron within the reach of that if I were to activate it?
She'll need to step in further, but I would guess you'd want to anyway because the smoke creature is quickly
Yeah.
headed your way.
And as soon as I see her take that step back, I will activate that.
As I'm right to the captain, we're being pursued by...
You rush through and then containment field comes up and you see the smoke creature hit. If you've ever seen actual smoke hit a solid object, the way it kind of hits and spreads, that's exactly what you see, but on a massive scale. And then it pauses for a moment and goes back into the turbulent and is gone. View screen goes live again with the Romulan commander. Captain, I propose an exchange. We have
I'm listening.
information on something I'm going to guess your crew you currently have exploring that ship may be dealing with as we speak. In exchange, all I want is the child.
Betazoid child?
She was purchased.
Commander. You may not be aware of this, but slavery is illegal in the Federation, and there is no way in hell I will recognize that claim.
I thought you might say that. But knowing what I do about said child, I believe it would be a humanitarian effort for me to open fire on that ship and destroy it where it sits. Cannot allow what that child is and what it possesses to spread. Surely your people have seen the dead aboard that vessel.
Yes, we've seen the dead.
And it seems to me I would be doing the universe a favor by destroying that ship. Or you could just hand the child over. Do you know the child personally?
I don't see how that's relevant.
Well, I see it. You have, as you are quite proud of saying, Federation property between us. You could take it and leave. All we want is that child.
I cannot.
Unfortunate. Screen goes back to the warbird. Captain, it looks as though they are locking weapons on the Majestic.
Are we still between the Warbird and the Majestic?
It would seem they have no qualms about going through us. And I should point out, a Derek's Warbird does dwarf the Nemo considerably. And where there is one, there could very well be more.
Send out a distress call to Starfleet. Let them know what's going on. Guys, Commander.
Yes, Captain.
This warbird's ready to fire through the Nemo to destroy the Majestic. Chances are very good. We'll both go. I need to get you off that ship, or remove the ship from the equation. If you can take it out, fly away.
We're currently locked in engineering, Captain. We are being pursued by the creature. We've lost both our security men.
I mean, we know where they are, Commander.
They are no longer amongst the living.
Yes. Can we have any control when we're in engineering? So can I control the ship from here?
Bridge control can be transferred to engineering, yes.
The Nemo can land. Is the Majestic capable?
The Miranda class cannot land, no. But you're correct, the Nemo can.
How well will it do in a low orbit situation? How close to this planet can I take this ship?
I mean, you can keep her in flight. She's capable.
Okay. So the only reason we can't land it is it doesn't have landing gear, was what I'm hearing. We can bring this down onto the planet. It's just not going to go well.
There would be structural damage, yes, but it is possible.
I relay to you that transporting us. All right, so, sir, ma'am, sir, yes, sir. Right, so transportation via traditional teleportation. We're talking about beaming down. That's going to open us up to direct fire. They already want to go through these shields. I don't recommend that. However, I believe that we can control the ship from engineering directly, and with some assistance from Mr. Devlock, I believe that we can take this ship through the atmosphere, which I will hope will give us some time to deflect these Romulan warbirds and their attacks, because they will also have to deal with going through the atmosphere, and that can be a shaky situation. And then we embed this ship in top of the planet. I want to land this particular craft, the Majestic, on that planet, and it is not designed to do so. But I believe, with science, that it can be done.
Science.
That's science, folks.
While I understand that, yes, you can get the ship onto the planet, chances are good at the point that you get the ship onto the planet, it will no longer be a ship. It will be a burning, a flaming ball of, oh God, oh God, oh God.
I'm not hearing a no, Commander.
Let's put a pin in that for the moment.
All right.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I don't think it's a good possibility. Let's see if we can find a better plan.
Yes, sir.
And did you get those logs?
Yes, sir.
We're behind a force field right now in engineering, and I don't feel comfortable exiting engineering, so unless it's beaming out, I'm not walking anywhere.
The creature appears to be able to manifest itself into a eerie space cloud
Gaseous
that
form.
can somehow go through pretty much anything and everything.
I believe I
And
said that.
If
It is.
then that has been confirmed. It is no longer conjecture.
Is the space cloud the child?
I believe so, yes. She said, ready or not, here I come, I'm here, whatever, and then the cloud happened, and then our guys died, so.
Fascinating. This would seem to conflict with the reports from the Enterprise.
It would.
The gaseous form did bump up against the force field in engineering and then retreated back into the...
Are we still picking up life signs from the bridge?
No.
Can we locate the child?
It would appear she is currently moving. If I had to conjecture, I would say she appears to be headed toward the shuttle bay. I would not think a 10-year-old child from a mining planet capable of flying a shuttle. I could be wrong.
Delvok, it warms my heart to hear you admit that.
I am not strong.
The child's on his way to the shuttle bay.
Force fields have seemed to prove an effective maintenance and keeping it away from us. So if a force field can be arranged around the shuttle, I believe that it should keep it out.
Can they erect the quarantine fields around the shuttle bay from where they're at?
I do believe Straw is capable.
You just got a compliment.
I don't know that. I don't know if that technically counts.
That felt like a dig.
See, I'm the one that just said, "Hey, this is what should be done." He goes, "Yeah, I think he can do it."
You should
Huh.
take them where you get them, you know? Is there anything in the engineer, like within the force field that I'm currently in, because I'm not exiting it, that stands out or looks to be out of place? I just kind of poke around and...
Give me a control security roll.
Is that like Janet Jackson?
Jackson. I got one success, but also one complication.
The locker for a containment suit is ajar. Said containment suit is missing. And then checking all the other lockers, they're all empty.
I'll make note of that. Captain, all the containment suits are missing, except for one, you said? Or
No, they're all
they're all
missing.
gone?
Would the containment suits protect you from the space vampire?
Logically, yes.
Kind of sucks that you guys don't have.
I need to ask for a transfer. Devlock,
Yes.
we are currently busy and will not have the ability to keep an eye on the life form that is now currently going towards the shuttle bay. Would you be able to inform us if it alters its course?
Of course.
Well, thank you, Mr. Devlock. And I will say I believe, with no other life forms being found in that creature, we can be able to take down the force field we're currently in and have better access to this area so we can search. Mr. Devlock has agreed to inform us so that it doesn't do a space vampire thing to us.
Alternatively, we can contain it within the force field.
I would love to trap it right here inside it, but I also need
Gonna
access
need
to all
bait.
the stuff. So, well,
Well, can't we just put the force field in a shuttle bay? If it goes into the shuttle bay, can't we just be like, ding, force field at the shuttle bay?
I believe
That's
I can.
Lauren asking because I don't know.
That's
Containment fields are largely for humanoids. So instead of like creating, say, a dome, it would form between two separate doorways, and then said humanoid would be stuck, unable to get
Oh,
through.
okay.
but if it can walk through walls.
I see.
Do the shuttles have some rudimentary force field around them when they travel? So, okay, so if this thing is, Commander, if this thing is trying to activate a shuttle to escape, perhaps we can let it get to a shuttle and then be able to bolster the built-in force field used to protect it to anchor it here and trap it within that shuttle within this ship.
I like it. Here's what we're thinking, Captain. Do you,
I don't think that we can control a shuttle exteriorly like that. Not without pre-programming.
Not without setting the link up first, yes.
And you'd have to physically
Yes.
be there. And I don't know. I think that's a bad idea, trying to be physically there.
if it flies out into space, can we capture it in some type of?
Tractor beam.
Yeah.
That's an option. But then so can the Romulans. And this is what they want.
I still have the operating the ship from here and delivering it to the planet as an option.
Do we have any idea why they want it?
I mean, they're Romulans.
This is a great weapon.
It's
Infiltrator, for
Pretty
sure.
I mean the shape shifting is kind of cool but
But why a beta suede?
it seems really indiscriminate.
If you can set a child into a starbase,
And then it just eats everybody. And then, hey, free starbase.
again, everyone is dead aboard the Majestic. 220 died aboard the Farragut. We've no idea how large or how great of a grasp this creature possesses.
And well, I mean, as long as it's aboard the Majestic, we have an antimatter bomb to destroy it with.
Correct? I am not certain Starfleet would appreciate destruction of its property in such a manner.
I know,
But given the option
But-
of that versus allowing the Romulans to make use of such a weapon,
for containment, it needs to be contained and not turned over to the Romulans.
What if we think that we were going to give it to the Romulans, and as they're bringing it aboard, we bomb them?
as the captain has already spoken to the Romulans, such an action could be considered an act of open aggression and war. They
I
have
mean, the
the
Romulans. We're always going to be openly aggressive against them.
Romulans are known for making use of flimsy excuses. Their
We're the Federation. We're supposed to be better than that.
medical excuse would be such a flimsy one. But they would use it and hide behind it.
Well, we've also got whoever they beamed off of the Majestic. We have no idea who that was.
We checked computer logs to see who the last person who transported off of the Majestic was, to see whatever species they might have been, and or if we're even luckier, to see exactly who it was that beamed off of here last.
The Majestic's transporters were not the ones used for the transport. It was the Romulans, so I won't say no.
Okay.
But who erected the containment field?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Give me a reason science roll. Or, excuse me, reason engineering. Or actually, you know what? Reason security.
And use some momentum.
Okay. I will take a momentum. I need to get 13 or less. 3 successes. Unfortunately, none of them under my security. But 3 successes is 3 successes, so I'll take it.
Huh. You were able to pull up a brief visual of the last person, aside from yourselves, to enter engineering. It would appear to be a Romulan, or excuse me, Orion.
And I'm gonna assume there were no Orions. It was not a Starfleet crew member.
Although the individual did have one of those containment suits on. After they erected the containment field, they put the helmet on, and it looks as though they communicated somehow with the Warbird. That's how the Warbird knew how to transport them out.
Is there any other places on the ship that we might be able to find containment suits?
Throughout the ship, there are numerous locations, but you'd have to leave engineering to do so. And you've no idea where this creature is currently.
But we're still tracking the child.
The
And we
child,
assume
yes.
the child and the creature is safe. But I don't know that
I
that's...
think that's going to be a healthy assumption for now.
I don't think it's necessarily the case.
Huh? I mean, it definitely could be her pet.
It could be, yeah, it could be
Or
attached to her.
her friend
Yeah,
from the mines.
could be. I could definitely see something like that.
Captain,
Oh, well, just...
Yes.
the
we're-
child is leaving the shuttle bay, and I am reading increased power fluctuations. If I were to surmise, I would guess she has somehow set one of the shuttlecraft warp engines to overload.
Tricky, tricky child.
A child playing with things to make them go boom. And given,
Yeah, that's gonna...
if it were to follow standard docking procedures, given the location I'm showing, it would be a middle shuttlecraft between two others, causing a chain reaction. It will not go well. Over the comms, I left you a surprise, I left you a surprise.
Hear that, Captain?
So, she set the shuttlecraft warp course to overload, which will destroy the Majestic.
I estimate 10 minutes.
Well, I think the odds of us bringing home the Majestic are getting slimmer and slimmer.
looks like.
So,
I mean, I would really like to get the Majestic intact. I'm not saying you need to die to do it, but we could be a good idea to, yeah, either to shut down the overload in the shuttle bay, or something like that, you know. But let's not fall victim to the space vampire either. Giving you really broad orders here. I don't want to lose anybody else. We've already lost 2. We still got a Warbird. And we need to get you guys and the Majestic safe.
How far is the shuttle bay from where we currently are? Like, how long would it take me at a run?
And are there containment suits along the way?
That too.
Yes, and it would be a roll. I would say
Good thing you rested up.
Did
Hell of a first day back.
we'll say 3 intervals of time, so basically 3 rolls to get 9 successes. To get from this deck down there.
In time. to set
Including gathering and putting on a containment suit.
That would increase the difficulty. So we're looking at probably, I'll say 10 successes if you want to stop and put a containment suit on.
And there's no way to, like, just beam to the shuttle bay from where we are.
Site to
Why,
site.
yes. Site to site transport, yes.
Captain, do you currently see her in the shuttle bay?
She's not in the shuttle bay, but we also can't track the vampire.
Did Captain? Did the Romulan captain specifically say he wanted the child or the creature?
He
or-
said the child.
He said he wanted the child.
He has made no mention of the creature.
Then I would. Why would he want the child if it didn't have this immense power then? So, I mean, perhaps it still has a friend. Maybe it's controlling it, but it seems to me.
Or he doesn't
Commander, that-
know.
I mean, I don't know.
Do
what he-
Romulans have proclivities for, like, child enslavement or anything like that's
No.
known? Okay.
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. Are there containment suits in the shuttle bay?
Yes.
Maybe.
Assuming they've not been removed.
Been taken?
Have we heard from the planet at all?
You have not, but you have not attempted to contact the planet.
Yes, but they've not attempted to contact us either, with the Romulan warbird decloaked in there. Okay. Let's hail the planet.
I think I'm gonna go try to.
Hailing frequencies are open.
Okay. So
This is the
want me
USS
to,
Nemo.
teleport you there from
Thinking
You guys
it's
sent
probably
out a
best course.
distress call. What is going on? There's a warbird. There's a ship.
I honestly never thought I would hear your voice ever again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
here? You gotta do it with them too. Stacey Empire was pull out a little sheet.
That's a big.
So which one am I talking to?
You recognize the voice of your sister.
Yes, which one am I talking to?
What do you mean, which one are you talking to?
Is this Galena or Fane?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your, you know what?
What
never mind.
happened?
Well, everyone down here is dead.
Everyone down there is dead too.
Are you saying everyone on board the Majestic is dead as well?
There's nobody alive on the Majestic.
Him and the emergency hologram doctor, they get along really well.
What about the Orions?
What Orions?
An Orion ship went up to attack the Majestic when we beamed down.
Well, that might be the debris field we found.
Okay.
But everybody on board the Majestic is dead. We found a 10-year-old child that the Romulans want.
What, Romulans?
Yes, there's a Romulan warbird.
That's new.
Helpful as always.
Yeah, you don't, the child, stay away from her.
Yeah, we're trying. She's trying to blow up the Majestic at the moment.
What? It doesn't make any sense.
No,
Why would she want to blow up the Majestic?
because it's part of the game.
What? None of this makes any sense.
I don't disagree.
All right, look. I've been going through the colonist logs. Apparently this girl, Lissa, was known to play in the mines. Medical showed that she was beginning to show evidence of xanthe fever, which is unheard of for a child of that age. And they suspected, because she would play in the mines, some sort of residual radiation may have caused a mutation. And then apparently they broke through a wall, and whatever that cloud thing is set it free. I don't know how or why it didn't kill her. If I had to make a supposition, I would guess the xanthe fever effects and her inherent empathic abilities granted her some sort of connection to the creature. It is her imaginary friend. Unfortunately, a deadly one.
So she has a space vampire for an imaginary friend. That this is what naturally occurring dicarnium.
Dichoronium is not naturally occurring. I don't know what to do about this thing. We fired phasers, we did everything we could think of, and we missed it, or it just did nothing. And we lost a lot of good people. The only fact that we were wearing containment suits is how some of us were able to get off the Majestic.
But the child can control it?
To a point. At least it will not harm her, it seems. But it will devour.
Everything else.
Yes. Please tell me you have a plan.
We're working on that.
Some things never change.
Okay. Commander,
Yes, Captain.
the child and the creature are separate.
That's comforting.
The child is somehow bonded to the creature. It's her imaginary friend. Sorry, my sister's alive.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Well, at least someone is.
There's no one else alive on the planet.
I got the impression she has a team of people with her. She's not the only one.
Okay.
But no colonists are alive.
Okay. See, I misunderstood that. I thought she was the only one.
I mean,
And
it's
I'm
still not comforting.
yeah, but at least we haven't lost the entire crew of the Majestic. There was an Orion ship that I believe is the debris field that we detected. I'm assuming the Orion's launched to. Let me get this straight. The Orion's launched from the planet to attack the Majestic. Did the Majestic destroy them, or was it the Romulans? Delvok?
I'm currently in communication with your sister, asking these very questions.
Yeah, that you talked to her.
It would appear some habits are hard to give up. While the planet freed itself some 50 years ago from Orion oppression, mining is easier with the aid of Orions. some sort of deal had been struck, and the Orions became aware of the creature and the child and wanted her. Apparently, military value. I would suppose that the Orions, seeing this as a possible military asset and being so close to the Romulan Neutral Zone, may have extended an invitation. Some sort of trade may have already occurred, which is why the Romulans are now claiming they own the child. Which does not aid us at all.
No?
The question still stands of what do we do?
So,
And then you have a shuttlecraft that will explode and cause a chain reaction. Imminent, what is your plan?
Yep, I'm having him transport me directly to the shuttle room where I'm going to attempt to stop that chain reaction from occurring.
I really think you should go together. He's all sciencey.
I will not force him. He's the one that does not want to die. I will give you the option. If you want to accompany me to try to help, then we can. If not, my order would be, if it looks like that is not going to occur, to beam yourself off the ship back onto the Nemo.
Those are your orders. I will make this happen. However, I feel that it's more than likely a trap. Now that we know that they're disconnected, the only reason the little girl would have to blow up the shuttlecraft would be to elicit this exact response, to get us to free ourselves from within the confines and the safety of this force field, allowing that creature to possibly attack. It appears that the Nemo is able to follow the little girl and her life signs, as she appears to be an actual betazoid. However, it cannot follow the creature. I believe the creature is probably waiting in lurk within the shuttle bay to attack whoever arrives there first.
How long would it take approximately to put on one of these suits?
5 minutes, maybe.
Okay, that's way too long. if it's going to blow up in 10.
Yeah.
We believe that it is attracted to her and would protect her. So perhaps it is in our best interests to act in a very non-Starfleet manner and put this child's life in some form of danger, or at least so that it feels that it's in danger, and then reverse this trap so that the creature will attend to the little girl and allow you the opportunity to put in the fail-safe of the shuttlecraft or deactivate it.
Is there a way to scuttle the shuttlecraft out into space so it blows up like far enough away from us and the Nemo?
Whenever a shuttlecraft is incoming at a certain point, a tractor beam takes hold and guides it in. You could reverse polarity of the tractor beam and essentially slingshot it out.
From here, where we are? Captain, how's that sound? Reversing polarity and slingshotting the shuttles out.
That buys us time. Without putting you guys in danger. It's always been a priority. I don't want you to feel like...
Can we site-to-site transport from this location, or would the Nemo have to do the transportation?
Of
The Nemo can't
us.
transport you.
All right, so can
It's
we
all
do
internal.
all that inside here? All right, so can
unless
I do
you
it?
lower the shields on the Majestic.
Gotcha. Can I do that from within this force field?
Yeah, you're in main engineering.
All right, so can I lock onto that little girl?
Give me a roll, let's find out.
I believe reason science.
You got it.
Right. Well, we got a complication, but we did get a success.
What about always prepared, always vigilant?
Let's see what that does, because I am always prepared.
Well, you do like a determination, right? Can we get rid of that?
I believe so.
Is that a is
Determination largely just gives you 2 automatic successes.
That a thing? Oh, okay.
Okay.
The advantage complication things, generally they don't cancel each other out because it makes it
Okay.
more interesting if you, I succeeded, but
Yeah.
I succeeded, hopefully, but
you succeeded.
okay.
You've got to track on, because there's only one Betazoid and only one other life form aside from your own. She is tracking near here. But transporting, depending on what you're planning on doing, because of your complication, the difficulty will be 1 higher.
Okay. I have been able to lock on to the little girl. I can internally transport her somewhere else within the ship. So we could transport her here and put her inside our force field. We could go in with the put her life in danger mode, transport her to the shuttlecraft. We can also hopefully transport her pretty much anywhere else if there's a more effective place to be transported. And I will check, is the brig still operational?
Everything aboard the ship is still operational.
All right, so would the brig force fields, do we think, be able to contain a creature of Dicaronium?
Well, I'm going to spend 2 threat.
Oh.
As you were pondering this,
Oh, I feel pretty good about this. I think I've come up with a great idea. I think I know what we're going to do. Wait a second.
life support is obviously still fully functional, as you are having no difficulty breathing. You're not freezing to death. So when a mist or smoke starts pouring through the ventilation in the ceiling, you realize that's not mist or smoke. That is the creature coming through the ventilation.
It's here. It found us. Let's try this once before, though.
Is it inside the containment fields?
Oh.
The call's coming from inside the house.
Well, in that case, I believe it is time for us to leave.
Yep.
I am
I think that
going to transport us.
Where are you
Go to the
transporting
shuttle
yourselves
bay.
to?
We're going to transport us directly to the shuttle.
All right. Directly to the shuttle bay, and immediately you were bombarded by the because the warp engines on the middle shuttlecraft
Now.
is on overload.
This thing was going into the containment center in our little warp field. Is that what I'm under the impression, that thing?
And then
In
engineering,
Inside
engineering.
with us, yeah.
And in engineering is where we keep the
the warp core,
warp coil. And to make this bomb, we would need
antimatter from
antimatter, which would be there.
Yeah.
Would the force field contain enough of that to...
no.
No?
no.
An antimatter explosion will take out the Majestic, and currently
If
the
we
Nemo,
were this close, yeah, we're going
probably
to.
the Warbird, just be like boom, boom, boom.
We should just let me take it to the planet. Just
We're way too close to each other for standard space combat.
All right. So yes, here we are. Oh, I don't think that one's operating in peak functional type stuff.
Let's scuttle them out
Oh, yes.
to
all
the
right.
middle of the space.
So we're gonna, all right.
We're going to be on one.
No,
We're staying here with the space vampire.
they're gonna blow.
Yes, I think it is. So I think we should get on that, and then get that on the Nemo, and the Nemo should leave, and then the bad thing is going to happen. I won't say nobody wants to save the ship more than I, because I really want the commendation. However, I have to admit that saving this particular spacecraft is becoming, more difficult. I don't know that the, what is that colloquialism that those humans like to use? I don't know that the juice is worth the squeeze at this point.
If we were to send, well, only one is currently blowing, right? So we would have the other two if we just send the one out to blow.
Well, why don't we just one second, Commander. Maybe I can just stop it from blowing up. Okay, just
Give me a.
First day back from vacation and I don't get a
Give me
cool
a
space
daring
explosion.
engineering roll.
all right. You need daring and engineering. Daring there. Okay. Engineering. Oh, all right. It doesn't suck. It's not great. I am going to eat one more momentum to hopefully make it suck
Take
less.
it, take it.
Hopefully we get so many successes we get them all back. We didn't. We got a complication, but we did get 2 successes.
Where are all these 20s when we play Pathfinder or any other game?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't show up nearly often enough.
I'm just gonna say you two crit plenty.
That might be true.
You two don't have a problem with your crits. Me, on the other hand, yes, that's why I'm rolling 20s. Because it's bad here.
You're able to shut the engines down, but the overload had gotten to such a point where, without some severe maintenance, you won't really be able to use this particular shuttle.
It's not going to explode, Commander, but it is also not going to leave.
Hey. Good work.
Start planning my next appointment to the HR person. Start doing a little mantra in my head of with, penguins.
Penguins.
Penguins in the Antarctic. It's cold, but gentle. I believe that the creature shall be returning shortly. And so, suits?
There are 6 in this shuttle bay.
We both get them on.
Yeah. Grab the other 4, throw them on a shuttle. The shuttle has built-in force field.
It can, yes.
Activate it. That should keep it long enough for us to get dressed.
Can you beam the girl onto the shuttle?
I think I can, regardless of what Devlock says. In fact, I think it'll be easy.
It'll be a reason engineering roll with a difficulty of 3.
Reason. Okay. Engineering. Sure.
Can I aid at all?
Difficulty.
Yes, we can say that you're trying to pinpoint her location on the ship, so it would be a reason science roll for you.
I'm going to go ahead and take another one of those things there.
I got a success.
Yay! I got 2 is reason engineering. So I got 2 successes, and that is underneath. So 2, 3, 4, 5 successes altogether. Ooh, ooh.
Woohoo! We made back.
Yay!
Two more
Good.
momentum.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Are you transporting her directly into the shuttle?
Sure. I don't.
Yes, then we're
Yes.
making our leave of this shit.
You get her in mid-leap.
I believe, as I reach out and touch her, tag.
You cheated.
Yes, I did.
Captain, we're coming in hot.
And immediately outside the transparent aluminum viewport, you see smoke enveloping this craft.
Bing, 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 bing.
Sedate. I'm sorry. That's your job.
Yes, I will drink her.
I like the idea of tranking her better than phasering her. Even on stun,
Well, at
it's
the
not
beginning,
a good
I thought she
image.
was the creature, so I was gonna stun her.
As I've put my face back.
I'm gonna need one of you to give me a control engineering roll to lower the majestic shield so you can get out of here.
I mean, I feel pretty confident with that.
Was I successfully able to drink her?
Sure.
Okay.
Are you?
I got, it's a control engineering?
Yep.
So 13.
I am a 14. So really, there's not that much difference. But yeah, okay.
Hey, we've got some momentum.
Okay, there we go.
Someone?
Yes, you're going to help.
Can I help?
And we're
There's
gonna
2
spend
people at the
momentum.
front of a shuttlecraft, right? All right, so I got my 2, you got that. We're going to use a momentum.
Nope.
All right. Oh, thank you, momentum. Let's do this. 3 successes, but none are going to explode, so just 3 successes.
You link up to main computer, main on bridge, lower the Majestic shield. Captain, Majestic shields are lowering.
Number 1.
We're coming in hot. We've got the package.
Who's flying?
I'll fly.
Give me a
She
daring
has
con
extra
roll.
You said,
Helm,
I'm sorry, what?
keep us.
Daring and con.
We're
it's
going
good,
to
too,
use
probably.
the Nemo and aid them.
I'm only a 9.
Like, go to help
Hey,
pick
your
them up.
daring's higher than mine combined. So.
We will have to lower the Nemo shields in
10.
order for them to duck.
Hey, we got some momentum.
God damn, we're so close. Yeah.
I'm using the 1 momentum.
Instant fill. Captain? They've locked all weapons. I think they're firing.
Okay, return.
Failures?
Return
Well,
fire.
yeah. There's no successes, but
We are not lowering the shields at the moment.
I used a momentum. I did not get any successes.
But you only roll 2 dice.
Yeah.
You roll a third if you use.
Oh.
You roll 2 naturally.
Oh,
you
okay.
get 1 for the momentum. And then, is that a complication of
Yes,
the
it
two failures? Well, I would say I was going to try to help you, but at this point, I see no point. I don't think I can bring anything to this party that's going to matter.
Tell you what, we can say if you want, you can fail or succeed at a cost. Meaning you'll succeed, but I'll get a threat.
If I use any of my determination, would that help at all?
Have you used determination yet?
No.
What values do you have you think would work?
Always prepared,
Always prepared, always vigilant. Driven to ease suffering.
Yeah, you say that. But
No, I would say always prepared, always vigilant.
I'd say that'd work, yeah. So if you spend a point of determination, that gives you 2 successes and 1 complication. So we will say you, in your effort to get out of here as quickly as possible, one of the nacelles clips one of the other shuttlecraft as you're getting up and about. So you won't have warp speed. You'll have impulse, which, if things go as I think they're going to go, you shouldn't need warp speed. But you do get the shuttlecraft out of the Majestic, which shuttle bays on Majestic are just underneath the modular pod. So yeah. Next question is, now what? Because Ensign Phil is opening fire on your command. I should point out, Ensign Phil rolled a 20 and a 19 on his roll scanning the Warbird. He was mistaken. They were powering up, but they hadn't yet actually begun fire. But that's what he told you, so then you told him to return, so he just started hitting buttons.
Damn it, Phil.
it's probably trained by Devlock.
I don't know that we're going to keep Phil as part of the bridge crew after this.
He's just an ensign,
Yes.
and there's no rank lower than ensign.
Oh, there's enlisted ranks.
Yeah, I mean-
But you can't really bust him down to enlisted. It's more like
I
drumming
mean, you
on
could
a
pull him from, the bridge crew, put him on the lower decks doing crap jobs.
Yep. You're going to be...
You're going to be counting isolinear chips.
Your job is to clean the holodeck after Barkley uses.
Ooh, gross. So the shuttlecraft, again, clips one, gets out. So you've come out the rear of the Majestic, you've got the Nemo here, Warbird here, and then from your viewpoint, you suddenly see the phasers along the hull of the Nemo fire on that Warbird.
Captain, what's going on?
The Warbird's firing on us. We are returning fire.
And from your point of view, you fired first.
No, Captain. You're firing on the Warbird first.
Well, I mean, it's a little late.
The impact.
Sure, but I'm just saying, Han shot first, damn it.
Unfortunately, Phil rolled another 20 and a success. So he did hit. Their shields took the brunt of it. But now immediately it goes from you see phaser fire hitting the Warbird's shields to the Romulan commander. Well, an act of absolute war. I must say, Captain, I am shocked. But also strangely pleased. It is sad that we did not get to meet one another in person. If you have a God, I would suggest beginning your prayers now. Communication goes back to you're viewing the Warbird. Okay, yeah, Captain, definitely. Now I'm seeing torpedoes there.
Do we see anything happening on our end?
Phil.
Yes, your proximity alert starts going crazy.
Oh, I think, yes, they're going to fire.
Phil.
Because out of the Majestic, you see this cloud making a beeline for your shuttle.
Oh, yep, it's following us.
Go up to impulse speed.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's
Maybe,
still overtaking.
Well,
let's-
I figured, but I don't got much left.
maybe,
Yes.
maybe the Romulan ship, just a little drive by. Have a friend, you wanted it, here you go, you get it. And watch it go to town.
And right then, Cloud Creature didn't set off your proximity alarm.
Oh,
That set off your proximity alarm.
is there a warbird?
As a Klingon bird of prey decloaks. Federation ship. This is Qatar of the Barzik. Do you require assistance with these patak?
Yes. I mean, we're talking, Nemo and Warbird. Yes.
Now you got a three-way on your screen. You got a nice Zoom call. You got a Romulan, a Klingon, and yourself. Klingon commander, you have no need to involve yourself in this. The Federation has stolen Romulan property. I am simply getting it back.
How are they gonna get there?
And we all know that nothing but lies escape the lips of Romulans. I am inclined to side with my Federation ally here. What say you, Captain?
There is nothing of Romulan property. Their claim to property is a 10-year-old child, which is impossible in the Federation.
What dishonorable dog would claim a child as property? You do not wish to do this. My good Klingon, stand down. We don't want an active war, despite the fact a Federation starship has already fired upon us for no reason. It is within my right to claim that as an act of war. Do you really want me to summon more warbirds? Then it would be a challenge. Do as you will. Ray shields, lock on that warbird. Your move, Romulan. What are you guys doing?
Trying to get closer to Nemo. You see nothing.
And despite your shields, the cloud creature has come right up to the shuttle. And as you look back from your seats, where you have the child unconscious, you see it coming through
Huh.
and coming right toward the two of you.
Wear our suits.
This is less than ideal. Yeah, but you also have shields. What do you think the suits are gonna do?
It's surrounding you now. So you're trying to try and see your instrumentation through it, but
Is
it's
this it?
not getting through the containment
Is this
suits.
it? Is it all over? Am I finally? Is this horrible nightmare finally over? This thing they call life? Oh no, I'm still here. It's still bad.
Let's go.
Okay.
But you're getting a sense that it is angry. Just the way it's moving and roiling, and it's going around her, almost protectively, trying to like wrapping itself around her, trying to, your guess, wake her.
Gotcha.
The shuttles also use matter-antimatter reaction.
They do.
So they could overload we could overload the shuttle and we'll beam you out. And
It had to be well timed, but yes.
yes,
How close do you want us to be to the Romulan warbird before we do this?
I don't think we're gonna drop this thing off on the Romulans.
Oh, okay. We're backing down on that.
I
Just your aggressive stance, sir, confused me. I thought.
I
maybe
just don't think it's gonna work because it's just gonna follow the child, and I'm not leaving the child.
Okay.
That's a non-starter. The whole time. No, we're not leaving the child.
Tell me where you want to fly to, and
Let's find the
I'm spending those 3, another warbird decloaks.
Well, it's good to know how much a warbird costs. One warbird costs 3 threat.
That's your takeaway. Okay.
Well, things just got bad. I'm sorry.
It is a good day to die, Captain.
It may be.
Do we get all that?
If you're tied in with him, yes, sure.
Also, another warbird decloaked. Did it decloak or warp in?
Decloaked. It's been here.
Ah, crud. That's worse.
Captain, I've shut off communications. I do not wish him to know this, but Shraw's idea has merit. If we claim we are turning over the child to the Romulans, sending the shuttle toward the warbird, we could enact your initial plan. Antimatter explosion, give them what they want. Unfortunately, there was
oh no, he's totally
damage, which I am showing damage to one of the nacelles on that shuttlecraft. We could essentially out Romulan the Romulans.
Yep. He's gonna get my fucking combination.
He is.
I am never gonna get that pit filled in. It's bullshit.
But it would take precise timing.
Can you pull it off?
Can you pull it off? It's a good thing you cut communications because I'd be just chain of command. Chain of command's want to go.
I estimate the odds at 85%.
That's pretty good.
Perhaps you could convince the Klingons to buy us some time?
Yeah. Put me through to the Klingon commander.
Done.
So,
Let us do this,
we're going to try and
Destroy them? Like the Patak they are?
we're gonna try and
Please do not say talk.
I'm gonna try and talk. You're going to
do what Klingons do best. And I'm going to do what the Federation does best, which is we're better at talking.
This
You
is a
have your
strange
strengths.
plan, but I enjoy the part where I get to kill.
And
I thought Klingons did karaoke.
we're going to attempt to trick
See, he's
the Romulans.
How so?
They want the child. We're
What is
going to
this
send-
child they speak of?
It
Is it royalty?
is not. It is just a child.
They are indeed Patak.
Yes. We're going to trick them by making them think we're going to turn over the child. But then we're going to rescue the child and destroy the shuttlecraft. But I need you to keep them busy by doing what you do best.
I shall give them a taste of Klingon honor.
I expect nothing less. Kapla.
Kapla. Shall I?
It's strange that the communication thing just went dead like in the middle of the It's a pretty intense situation.
I told him where he wants me to fly, and then I heard nothing. So
Okay.
Oh, he's back.
We're gonna
yes, Captain.
send you sort of. We're gonna follow Shiraz's plan, sort of. We're gonna send you guys. We're gonna trick the Romulans, beam the three of you out at the last minute, and then destroy the shuttlecraft. The shuttlecraft's already damaged.
How's that not entirely my plan? Word for word.
It was.
Thank you. That's an excellent plan, Captain.
Of course it is.
Couldn't have come up with anything better myself, sir.
I will make a course towards.
And I will open a hailing free. Let's talk to the Romulans now.
How are we planning on igniting the shuttle? If we fire upon it, it'll be obvious. They
Yes,
will need to set up some sort of reaction.
I assume I was already working on that.
Yeah.
As soon
Yeah,
as
they will
this is done, I'm like, I'm going to blow this bad boy up.
sabotage the engines and make it look like the damage.
Hailing frequencies to the Romulans are open, Captain. As you can see, you are hopelessly outnumbered, despite the fact, track it, the Klingons are doing what Klingons do.
We have agreed. We agreed to your terms. We are sending the shuttlecraft over with the child aboard.
Give me a presence command.
Can I use that last one with them?
We might, but I think we might need that for
That-
blowing
that's
up our
true.
ship.
Again, okay, don't forget, if you have no momentum, if you want to give me one of these, you get the same effect as spending momentum. Just pulling that up. Which I spent these already.
Do we want to give him threat to...
I have all the faith in the world of your command, sir.
If it wasn't for the dice.
I see nothing but success in our near future.
But you know how much dice hate me.
It's true. True.
Luckily, this is... I got to get under a 15.
Okay.
So,
Maybe get under 3 twice, and then it'll add it to more. We'll get momentum back.
Yeah.
And that'll help. Yeah. Yeah, you got
well,
this.
we got
You
this.
got it.
We got this.
Yeah, you're all about this. We're so screwed.
Yeah.
Just dead. You might as
I
well-
was gonna say the odds are in your favor, and I knew that was gonna jinx it. So
so about that. I got a success,
But
Good.
but I critted the other die, so...
Oh, 1! That's awesome!
No, not a Star Trek crit.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Why
you know
can't
how
you
I
do
can
that,
never
Beth?
roll
I know.
20s? Never roll 20s. So a success and a complication.
You got determination? Or just
I spent my determination,
So
but I am willing to accept threat.
roll another die.
For another roll. Now, that would be a Star Trek symbol.
Nice.
Yay!
2, so 3 successes.
How many do you need?
Well,
Okay.
The situation's hopeless. Otherwise, I would never.
it is wise of you. Particularly since right then you just vaguely hear a from Delvok. And at a glance, his look is not good. It's good you have come to this decision. I found something on the surface.
Oh, shit.
Bring her and the others. And you see your sister being brought by 2 Praetorian guards, phasers pointed at her.
They're tinkering
We
with some
have-
stuff. I get to blow up a shuttle today.
4 members of Starfleet here.
Is that all the team that was on the planet?
As far as you know, yes. So, all you have to do is tell you what, we won't even do that. We will beam the child aboard our vessel at the same time, beam your Starfleet people to the shuttle. Equal exchange.
Are we patched into this?
Okay. And you're also seeing flares of light. The second warbird is just knocked down, drag out with the Klingons who were just continually bombarding it, cloaking, coming from different directions, decloaking. I would be quick. It would seem things are getting hazardous outside. What say you? The child for your Federation friends.
Oh, I need you to pull that wire right there. So rip that right out. Yeah, just yank that bad boy out. That was the transporter safety overload. We're not going to need that.
On your
All right.
chair console, you suddenly see something come up from the science station. It's from Delvok.
I think I can.
40%
Reroute
chance
the transport.
can get Starfleet transported
this
out
child over to
before
Nemo.
explosion.
Do it.
Well, the captain would need to agree to this trade.
And the child.
When they trade to do it, we bounce her back.
I'm just saying.
30% chance
Oh, yeah.
of
That
getting
doesn't
child
Well, you already did
from
by getting rid of that wire.
Romulan transporters.
This
I'm waiting, Captain.
is an awful lot.
Surely all the intelligence these people have would be worth the life of a single child that knows nothing. Why, what secrets might I plumb from their heads, I wonder?
Is there a way for me to covertly message him from where I am?
Give me a science engineering roll. Actually, no, science security, sorry, for scrambling it.
Science security.
I'm sorry.
I was
Reason.
like, I had to roll under a 5.
Reason security, sorry.
Reason security?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 2 dice, not 1.
1 success.
And actually, if you want to roll a die, or she can roll another one for the shuttle assisting you.
What's the 7 you roll?
An 11?
Dice like you better.
So 1 more success. You're getting another message on your console. This time it's showing, it's coming from the shuttle.
Okay.
Agree to the terms, trust us.
Very well.
We agree.
Lock. I knew from your face that you were a smart man, Captain. Very good. Once we have locked upon the child, she is aboard our vessel, we will transport your people to the shuttlecraft. Please inform your shuttle to lower their shields.
We'll go ahead and lower our shields.
And this smoke thing has gone away from you. It's back to kind of encircling the child.
So while that was going on,
Yes.
our thing is to as soon as they begin to lock on and transport, we have set up our whole rig to bounce her back to the Nemo.
The Nemo shields are up.
Yeah, well, there's some issues, but we can't really inform them about taking them down until we do this. So,
Yeah.
Oh wait,
So-
what about the planet? Can we put her back on the planet instead?
Yes.
That's probably okay. Well, I did tell you the Nemo, but I'm not going to tell you that. I just changed that up to the planet because we're going to protect all interests. So
Yeah.
the idea is we're going to allow them to do this, and just as they do it, scramble their version of her pattern and put her on the planet, and then blow up our ship as we get ourselves transport. All 3 of us are transporting down to the planet. Just as they start their thing, it's going to blow up and hopefully look like their transport thing blew up our ship.
Wouldn't the Nemo's shields have to come down because at the same time they get her, they're transporting the...
They were transporting the crew to your shuttle,
shuttle.
not to the Nemo.
Oh, I didn't hear that part of the plan. All right, it's going to be a little more. We're going to need all that momentum to pull all this shit off now. I am going to need help.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're probably going to have to give him a threat.
Oh, yep.
And then I'm probably calling it science and determination. We're just doing it all right now.
Yeah.
All right, so now having paid attention to the fact they were doing that, we are going to self-destruct our ship, just as we buffered her pattern to have her show up with us, redirect their thing with the 4 surviving members down. All of us are going down to the planet, blowing up the ship, hopefully again making it look like the transport that they just did somehow blew it up. Yes.
And Delvok, who is trying to keep all this from happening, has no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
So
the best
guess-
part of the plan, to be honest.
So essentially it'll be a 3-way bing, bing, yeah.
I
Bing,
know
bing,
what,
bing.
I know what Devlock would do, though. And for the extra point, screw that guy.
Okay.
We're definitely going to use that point for whatever it is about you're about to say.
The Romulan commander gives the order. Transport begins. So, watching her, you see the telltale lines, different from Federation, but still transporter. They have a lock. She is being transported to
Sure.
the Warbird.
Devlock had specifically insulted me by saying I would know how to operate the booster signal that we were taking over. So that slides in, just to make sure that in our episode, that scene that, yep, I am going to use that. That goes in. We hug her as the rest of it's going off. As the other 4 people come in, we slide more of those transfer thing or the boosters over to them, locking those into this whole thing. And me going, well, as my Klingon brothers would say, today may be a good day to die.
And I am going to use the direct to assist Delvok
What are you telling him to do?
to make it happen, to assist him with his plan. It is under my direct command.
So just so you know, pattern enhancers are meant to be placed, say, on the surface of the planet.
Oh, yeah.
Not won't really do anything
Sure.
from here
Normally, but I have
unless
science!
you can make a roll to somehow reverse
Right
that.
there.
And yeah,
3 exclamation points.
tell you what, just give me one reason science roll. The difficulty will be 4.
Reason, science. Reason, okay. Good.
I am assisting.
There. We're
You can assist,
we're
and-
definitely going to use that.
And using that, and if you're using your science determination, or is that a talent?
That is a value.
So that would be determination.
So that's going to give me another die?
That
Or-
will give you, essentially, but you don't even have to roll it. It gives you 2 successes.
Okay.
So you're halfway there.
Halfway there. And then, what's the other thing? Technical, let's proceed. Is there any way that we're using the ship to do any of this?
I mean,
We're using.
you're kind of having to use the shuttle's computer to program the transporter. So yeah.
Okay, let's see what horrible things happen.
Oh, nice.
All right. That's
So
two,
actually, give me another die roll for the
Okay.
shuttlecraft.
The first one was not a success. Well,
That's two
another die roll
successes.
of the.
It's for the shuttlecraft computer.
Okay. That is a 9 on the die.
That'll be a success. So that's 3.
I have 5 successes altogether on my side of things. Then, including the +2 that
5.
you're saying, that's
Oh,
actually
including
more-
that?
No, that's not including that. That's added. So on my dice with the roll, I have 2, 4, 5,
6,
6,
7, 8.
7, 8.
You needed 4. So you now have just made 4 momentum.
Science, bitches! Who needs engineering when you've got science?
Wow. Delvok got another 3 successes. At the last minute, he realized what it was you were doing and redirected everything to the point on the planet you're headed toward. So he's patiently waiting aboard the Warbird, waiting for a child to manifest. When the Starfleet crew is gone, no child, no child. Did you make your roll for the explosive situation on the ship?
What would you like that to be?
Give me a daring engineering roll.
Daring engineering.
I got a Star Trek symbol.
I'm going to take
successes.
2 more of those.
So I got 2 successes. for
2?
you.
All right. I get to re-roll one of these. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
4, 5.
And you still have, you spent one of these.
Daring engineering. Daring engineering. We're not going to get that one, so.
Still 5 successes.
I think I'm going to get to blow up a shuttlecraft today. Pull out my little card as we're in the transport. Bingo, bitches.
Captain, I would advise we prepare to go to warp.
Okay. Make it so.
Helmsman, on my mark. So you're being transported with her, with the 4 Starfleet personnel, to this windy, rocky planet. And up in the sky, there's a sudden, it goes bright white. Delvok gives the order to the helm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is what happens if you leave both in charge. Him and Phil, incompetent.
Helmsman doesn't quite go to warp just in time. You feel the shock waves, and it essentially causes Nemo to kind of tilt as she goes to warp, and then begin to spin. So he has to immediately pull her out of warp, and you're still spinning before he can get things. You're maybe 2-3 light years away now, but you can see the brightness of the explosion from that antimatter. no one clued the Klingons in, so they went to Sovacor and the antimatter explosion, along with the 2 warbirds. But now that everything has settled, the bright glow of the explosion slowly dims to nothingness. And the little girl, Lissa, where's my friend? Where's my friend?
Stab thing.
What?
Which of you would be Captain Ocola's sister?
That would be me.
Good day. I am Science Officer Shrawn. It is nice to meet you. Do you have embarrassing pictures?
I do. We should talk. Captain, I am showing the warbirds and the Klingon bird of prey are no more. Might I suggest we get our people and leave this area as quickly as possible before any more warbirds decloak?
Absolutely. Bring everybody aboard. Let's head back.
You head back again, warbirds, bird of prey, majestic, all gone. Just a lot of debris. 2 of you, the child, and the 4 other crewmen are beamed back aboard the Nemo. As soon as you get the notification that they are on board, helm quickly goes to warp to get out of here.
Go?
And moments later, the bridge doors open up, and you see your sister in a containment suit, looks a bit bedraggled. Next to him, he seems to be grinning. You're not sure why.
Welcome aboard the Nemo.
Uh-huh. She steps out. How are you going to explain the loss of a entire vessel?
We got everyone who was still alive out.
Probably was a better way. Just kind of walks around the outer rim of the bridge.
There probably was.
Excuse me, she was on a freaking. What was she gonna do?
What are you doing? Are you heading to the bridge as XO, or are you going to medical bay with child?
I am going to place the child in quarantine
Okay.
in the medical bay, and then
Okay.
I will head to the bridge as XO.
So a few moments later, your XO is also on the bridge. Delvok gives you a look. Congratulations on surviving.
That was some fancy transport.
Thank you.
The child is in the medical bay in quarantine, Captain.
And let's keep her asleep until we can get this worked out.
Is there a way to like keep that? Okay, yeah, I'd do that then.
Like, we can do a medically induced coma now.
I just meant like keep her like that without me having to continually just.
As soon as you get back to your station, Delvok has relinquished communication control back to your station, and again, almost immediately, you're getting a communique direct from Starfleet, Captain's eyes only.
Captain, I'm going to be transferring a Captain's eyes only priority message to your room.
I'll take it in my ready room.
Already there, sir. It's the red button, sir.
Just before the doors to your ready room close, you hear your sister say, "I like him." You sit down, turn on the screen, and you see again the Admiral looking at you. What's the word? We received a distress signal. The Klingons replied, I don't see any flames behind you.
The Romulans were there, 2 warbirds.
Of course they were. Only 2? I'm surprised.
They took out. In the battle,
There was a battle.
there was the
What of the Majestic?
Majestic was destroyed
Completely?
completely. We managed to rescue the 4 surviving officers from the Majestic.
Complement of the Majestic was 220.
There were 4 on the planet. Everyone else had been killed by,
By
a
what?
Decornium creature.
And the Romulans?
The Romulans were destroyed along with when we destroyed the Draconium creature.
So you're saying this creature was large enough of a threat to warrant the destruction of an entire vessel?
Yes. Unequivocally. It had already murdered the entire crew of the Reliant. Not the
Majestic.
Reliant. The Majestic. It had killed everyone on the planet. And the Romulans were attempting to take it in order to utilize it as a weapon.
How is the Nemo? Is it still capable of warp?
Yes.
Proceed to Narendra Station in the Shackleton. I anxiously await reading your report. Is there anything else I should be aware of?
The Klingons that responded were also destroyed in the explosion.
So not only did we lose a vessel and destroy 2 Romulan warbirds, we also lost a Klingon vessel?
Yes.
I foresee some interesting conversations in my future. Very well, Captain. Proceed to Narendra and get that report written.
We are on our way.